What up? It's your boy T-Burn Reaction. Today is Wrestling Wednesday, but I get to Super Line Production reaction, and this is about who is the greatest WWE seller. One thing about wrestling is not just about the moves or promo, it's selling the moves as well too. To make your opponent look like $1,000,000. And sometimes peaks are some great sellers, even overselling as well too, or basically entertaining and sometimes and at times funny. So this one I will usually be trying to laugh, but this is gonna be more discussion, I would say. So we're gonna want to take a look at this. So let's get it.
These are the top 10 best sellers. Number 10, Mick Foley.
Oh yeah.
What makes Mick Foley a great seller is that most of the time he wasn't really selling at all. This man was just actually putting his body through hell.
Oh yes, that right there. That spot right there when Big Show tossed him, Jesus, that was scary. No lie.
Thrown off the top of the Hell in a Cell or choke straight through.
Look, I got somebody. Close the door. Close the door.
Like he died, and we believed it because we thought he did.
Hey,
then there were the chair shots to the head.
Go back to what he said though. But anyway, shot. Hey, little man. Hey, come on. What's up? Oh, here you go, man. Hey. No, but here's some. Here you go. Say hi. Anyway, here we're gonna do this song. Hey, we're gonna do dinosaur tours. Hey. All right, give me a quick second. I'm back. He's still here. He made a little something because I got me occupied a little bit. But anyway, what I thought, let's keep going. Then, but yeah, Mick Foley definitely put his body online. Like especially that spot right there. Oh yeah, of course you know the infamous. Good God Almighty!
Foley would perform daredevil stunts like getting thrown off
the
top of
Good
the
God Almighty!
Or choke slam straight through the middle of it. He sold both of those bumps like he died.
Yeah, oh, right there.
We thought he did. Then there were the chair shots to the head in that infamous match with The Rock.
Ooh.
Shot after shot.
Just taking shot at shot though.
Them because that's what the story needed. He would do whatever it took to make a moment feel real.
Yeah.
Even the times when he went through tables, it looked like it legitimately destroyed him. Mick Foley didn't just sell moves, he made you fear for his life every time he stepped in that ring.
It's facts.
That is why he's on this list. Number 9.
Definitely Rob Van Dam, yes.
RVD is an extremely underrated seller. The man was so good with his facial
especially with
expressions.
that and how he flips.
A last ride from The Undertaker, he wasn't afraid to show the fear on his face before he even left the ground. You believe that he was actually terrified, and
not to mention how he sell his own move when he hit the five-star force play.
On top of that, because RVD was so athletic, he could put his body into these unique positions that made every move look 10 times more devastating than it actually was. But my favorite thing,
that's the beauty of selling. And you gotta make your opponent moves seem like it's devastating that it can jack you up so bad.
About his selling was how he would take finishers in the most interesting ways possible. He'd take an RKO and spike his head into the mat like his neck just snapped in half. I remember watching that thinking that he was never going to walk again. He'd also sell the stunner like Stone Cold. He caved his throat in. Honestly, he might have had the most underrated selling of a stunner out of anybody who ever took it. And don't even get me started on the pile driver.
Oh yes, when he bounces, boom.
His neck has got to be made out of elastic or something because there's no way a normal human neck can bounce like this. RVD can make anything look like it killed him, and that's a especially that punt. Oh my God.
Uncle Jackson.
Yeah, he's a Michael Jackson fan now too. So ever since we went to go see Michael, he's become a big Michael Jackson fan. So let me get you real quick. Hold on. Here you go. Alright, go sit down. Anyway, yes, he's been a Michael Jackson fan ever since he saw the movie. His favorite part is Don't Stop Till You Get Up. Anyway, let's keep back to this. Oh, I hit me by accident. Hold up. My fault. I didn't hit me by accident. Go back. Anyway.
Bounce like this. RVD can make anything look like it killed him, and that's a
skill
that
most punt.
Don't give him enough credit for.
You need a jacket.
I'm sure some.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, my boy had to give him a jacket because he wanted to do like Michael. Anyway, let's keep going. I had it on mute. I don't know what's going on my phone. Give me a second. I'm back. Let's keep going.
Something because there's no way a normal human neck can bounce like this. RVD can make anything look like it killed him, and that's a skill that most people don't give him enough credit for. Number 8,
Brock.
Lesnar. I'm sure some people
love me hating. Brock is a good seller.
are going to be surprised that Brock is on the list.
No, he's a good seller.
Of his matches, the man is just destroying everybody in front of him. But when Brock decides to sell, he's easily one of the best to ever do it. And it all started during his first run with the company. I still think about some of his sells, like that
chokeslam he bounced
Undertaker, and I don't know how he got so much height off the ground. It looked like Taker launched my guy into another orbit. Then there was a super kick from Shawn Michaels that sent him flying outside of the ring like he got hit by a truck. OG Brock was special when it came to making moves look way crazier than they actually were. And I'd even argue and say that he was really good in his second run as well, because when he came back, he was booked as an even more dominant beast. So it was a lot more impactful when he actually sold for guys like Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles. Those moments felt massive because Brock rarely gave anybody anything. And it's really the little details that separate him. If he was selling a leg injury throughout the match, he would hit the F5 on one leg. That is storytelling. Look at his feud with Goldberg in 2016. His facials were unbelievable. I think Brock did more to make Goldberg feel like a legitimate threat in that one feud than WWE did in Goldberg's entire first run in 2003.
Facts.
And then to cap off, he made Obafemi feel like a superstar every week, leading to WrestleMania before selling one final time to pass the torch. Brock Lesnar selling needs his flowers. It's one of the most overlooked parts of his game. Number 7. Mr. Perfect was really perfect.
Definitely.
And so was his selling.
If
this man got chopped, kicked, or shoulder tackled, he went flying through the air, twisting a bit and flopping around.
Damn near hurt himself doing this,
his
flying.
was clearly over the top, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't have a problem with it at all.
Nah, it was too.
Stand out from everybody else.
And it was pretty hilarious, especially him being a heel. You can enjoy him getting jacked up. Most of his career, you enjoy him getting jacked up. So
on the roster. And more importantly, it literally made his opponents look like the strongest guys on the planet. It did not matter what move you hit him with. Mr. Perfect was going to make it look like WWE All-Stars. He created lasting memories for everyone who watched his matches, and fans still go back and watch these sells and remember the good old days where they sat around laughing with their friends and families. You've got to respect the man who committed that hard to doing something unique, just moments
Mr. Perfect.
that people would never forget. And honestly, if you're ever having a bad day, just pull up a Mr. Perfect match and watch him take a simple clothesline like he just got hit by a moving vehicle, and I promise you'll instantly feel better. Number 6.
Of course. I'm surprised he's number 6, but of course.
Very good at making moves look real. And the most
I'm surprised he's number 6, but it's probably some better swells than him. I'm surprised.
The impressive part is that he was consistent for his entire career. In the 90s, he was selling stunners better than anyone else on the roster, and it wasn't even close. Then, in the early 2000s, he made all of his opponents look like $1 million. Whether it was taking choke slams from Taker, absorbing beatdowns from the NWO, or eating the spear during Goldberg's WWE debut. And speaking with that Goldberg moment, that is something I always think about because that spear looks so good. Clearly,
and then he did the same thing when Roman hit him
to make that man a star when he took that finisher. He sold it like he got cut in half. Even years later, he would do the same thing. He was selling at an elite level to put over other people. For example, you got that iconic sell for CM Punk's GTS at Raw 1000.
Oh yeah, he sold that. Hold up, you want this? Hold on a second. Yeah, definitely this one here when he sold it like he was a dying fish right there. Oh my gosh, especially the clothesline first, like he was gasping for air.
You got that iconic sell for CM Punk's GTS at Raw 1000.
And
then he also did the same thing with the Shield after they powerbombed him. He wanted those guys to look like a star. And even in his most recent run as the final boss, he was giving us
spear
memorable sells. That spear from Roman is all-time classic. The bottom line is that The Rock was a great actor when it came to selling moves his entire career. And honestly, it's no wonder why he went on to become one of the biggest actors in Hollywood. He'd been acting his whole life in that ring. Number 5.
Of course. Whoa, who's got the top response then? Now one who got the top spots, them two are number 5 and 6.
Because Ric Flair is one of the pioneers of overselling in professional wrestling. He'd have this over-the-top cocky character, and to match that persona, he started selling in the most entertaining ways possible. One of the best examples is his famous Irish whip into the corner. Any normal person would just get thrown into the turnbuckle and then
the flip, yes.
Flair, this man would go head first into that corner, flip over it, and then land outside the ring. It became such a staple of his matches that fans would pay money just to see that, and it never got old.
And you know, him being a heel is always awesome and funny to see him get jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, it's always funny to see Ric Flair get beat up pretty bad.
No,
I got you. Here you go. Let me put on full screen. Alright, there you go. Anyway, yeah, seeing Ric Flair getting beat up is always a good sell right there as well too. So yes, that's why it's always fun to watch, see him get jacked up.
It wasn't just the corner bump. Flair would also specialize in delayed sells.
That funny. Always killing me.
He would try to shake it off and act like it didn't affect him, and then 2 seconds later, he would just flop straight.
Especially the march. Especially when he did the march and do it.
No matter how.
Especially when he did the march and do it. That makes it hilarious.
And those are just a few examples of the excellent selling that this man brought to the table every night. Some people might not love it because it wasn't always so serious, but Ric Flair has become one of the greatest of all time, and his selling is a huge reason for that. He made entertainment out of getting his butt kicked, and not many have ever done it better. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler is one
wrestler
who actually did it better than Ric Flair. You have to assume that the Nature Boy inspired him. Flair walked so that Dolph could run, because when it came to selling, most wrestlers would really try their hardest to just make the signature moves.
Hold on a second. I'm back. Yeah, Ziggler is definitely good. I guess I can see he's definitely on there. So yeah.
The finishers looked the most brutal.
He
that
definitely
was the standard.
Oh yeah, whoo! He saw the hell out of Brock Spears.
Guys, this man would oversell for every single move. It did not matter whatever it was.
Bumps up with that
clothesline punch, body slam. It
don't
matter.
That RKO.
He wanted to make everything look like it ended him. You could go on YouTube right now and you could watch compilations of Dolph selling for literal hours. That is how
turn it
good
into a
and
GT
consistent he was. Every match was a highlight reel of bumps.
What's the name?
Dolph Ziggler selling quickly helped him become a fan favorite in that wrestling community because people respected how hard that he worked to make everyone look strong. It was also a lot of fun to watch. However, I actually think that his selling was almost too good for his own good. And here's what I mean by that. When someone is taking bumps like these every single match, it starts to make you look weak. So Dolph sort of turned himself into nothing more than a human punching bag because he sold too well all the time. At least that's my theory on why he never became a superstar.
It's low-key true. You think about that.
The thing that made fans love him might have actually been the thing that held him back. Number 3, Randy.
Orton's a good seller. I would say Orton's a good seller, but I would have not put him over Flair or Rock though.
Number 3 spot on this list might surprise a lot of people, but if you've been following me for a while, you already know that I think he's the perfect wrestler, and his selling is something that I believe he understands better than anyone in the business right now. Don't get me wrong, I love overselling. It's a lot of fun to watch, and clearly I've already highlighted many people who do it. Heck, even Randy was an overseller in his early days of the company.
Oh yeah, definitely younger, especially younger. Younger Rain definitely sold a lot more than the older one.
He'd
for sure.
literally fly into the move before Ray would even jump. Then he would tumble out of the ring when he took a super kick from Shawn Michaels.
Yep, that stunner.
With the Stone Cold
yep, we hung him on the ring.
Randy was bumping all over the place.
Yep.
However, as he gained more experience over the years, he started to slow down and really think about the impact behind every sell. He became a lot more calculated with it, and now he's reached a point where he makes everything look and feel completely real. To me, that is the best kind of selling there is. It's not about getting the biggest reaction or the funniest bump. It's about making people believe what they're watching is 100% real, or at least as close to 100%. And just look at the stuff he's doing nowadays with his back. fans are constantly worried that Randy is going to have to retire soon because he makes you believe that his body is breaking down. That is how good his selling is. He gets people concerned about his health every time he steps foot in that ring, and you cannot teach that. Number 2, Bret Hart. After listening to what I just said about Randy, you can see exactly why Bret earns his spot at number 2 on this list.
Especially that rate, that turn per second bump.
Better than Randy at making every single move look real with his selling. And that's because Bret
takes professional
wrestling more seriously than anyone else.
I see why Shawn Michaels got number 1.
He was the complete opposite of guys like Mr. Perfect.
Bret probably gonna like that, but yeah, that turnbuckle slam every time.
The sell needed to look like it actually would happen if an average person would take the move. That way,
especially
the fans
that right
could
there,
buy into the match more and believe what they're watching. Look at the way he took stunners. There was no flop involved. He would drop straight down, holding his throat, because that's what would actually happen if someone kicked you in the gut and slammed your jaw on their shoulder. If he was Irish whipped into the corner, he's not flopping over like Flair. He's eating that turnbuckle and falling right down. It looked like the man just ran full speed.
It did hurt when you watching that.
All I can say is that it was just simple and believable, and I honestly think more wrestlers nowadays, especially,
I can see why they're a little hot. Now I can see why they're high. Cause it's not like ridiculous. It's more like a psychological, making it look real. That's why him and Shawn or in like a higher spot though. So it's understandable now. Think about it.
Today, need to go back and needed to study the Bret Hart tape when it comes to selling, because I think wrestling is in a much
now
better
I think
place
about it.
It's
not like now I say he's talking more like more psychological than being silly. So I get it now.
Number 1, Shawn Michaels. You cannot make a list of the top 10 best sellers in WWE history and not have Shawn Michaels at number 1. It is impossible. Now look, I know I just spent the last 2 entries talking about how I prefer the ultra-realistic selling, and I still do, but Shawn Michaels is the one exception that ranks higher than both Bret Hart and Randy. Did he oversell? Absolutely. But does it matter? No, because I grew up watching the Heartbreak Kid during the second run of his career, and his overselling is something that I look forward to every
and this is the thing with his overselling. His overselling well, sometimes it can be really like the one he did with Hogan and how he flipped over with Sid, Boo, but most of his overselling still come out, you can see it being real as well too.
It's the reason why I loved watching his matches. You would tune in just to see how he was going to sell the next move. It wasn't until later when I went back and started watching all of his older stuff when I realized that this man's been doing this since the 90s. And honestly, it was even funnier back then.
Especially at one time when he was selling like his neck about to get twisted by Kevin Nash or Diesel. That one match,
the headstand
this one too
is one of the greatest freeze frames in wrestling history. There are tons of moments like that scattered throughout his career. And then we also got that classic SummerSlam main event with Hulk Hogan. HBK was upset that he found out that he was no longer going over Hulk Hogan after Hulk used his backstage power to change the finish of a match. So what did Shawn Michaels do?
Here we go.
The entire match on purpose to make it a complete joke. Every punch from Hogan sent this man flying across the ring. It was extremely petty, but also hilarious, making it legendary. Shawn Michaels is the best seller ever. He deserves the number 1 spot for all the effort and entertainment that he gave us every time he stepped foot in that ring. Nobody did it better. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And here's
this was definitely well worth it. And you know, definitely a good list. I had to think about the list for a minute, but now I see where he's going with the list as who is a good seller, but more of a realistic seller. And they can, Shawn Michaels still over top. His over top is a little more realistic than like say The Rock and Dolph Ziggler and Ric Flair in a way. So yeah, I understand that. So because it was like mostly a mixture of both the silliness and the realism of the seller. So that's why I get the number 1 spot. And Bret Hart does his starting number 2 because he sold it like he got hurt. That's why it makes you low key think that Mick Foley should have went higher, but I think why he was lower because his sell wasn't like actual sell. He was actually getting jacked up. But other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bro signing off. One love.